back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to learn about how we can do the test cases for registration and login, basically sign in and sign up process. What I have done is my front end is ReactJS, but my backend I'm using AWS Amplify. So I have added a new route here, register. When I click on this, we can see a new screen is coming. This is a ReactJS component through Amplify. So we have create account and sign in. So if you are a new user, you will create a new account here by using username, password, confirm password, email, and the account will get created. Once you have your account details with you, you can go and sign in. I already have one, so I will show you that what happened once we log in. I will skip this step and you can see that my name, my username, this is coming. Again, this is our ReactJS, and again this is AWS Amplify functionality that when I click on sign out, I will be signed out and I will reach to sign in page again. I have already written the code of this, but I will give you a walkthrough. But what we are gonna do is we are gonna do the test cases to see if our create account is working fine, our sign in is working fine. Now here the one important thing I want to highlight is the few of the code is written in ReactJS, but major functionality is happening through backend AWS Amplify. So as a ReactJS developer, how you are gonna write the test cases for this, it is important. And especially when this AWS Amplify or your backend is not in your control, then how you are gonna do that. So in today's video, that's exactly we are gonna learn how to do this. Okay, so let's move towards the code. The first part, first I will give you the walkthrough of the code, that what are the changes I have done, and then we will write the test cases for this. So let's move towards the code now. The code, there are few things I want to share with you. The first thing is, I got the feedback that I should be showing that what we are building so that you people can follow that. I already showed you the demo. Second thing is, I created this series to show you how you can do test driven development. Basically write the test cases first and then write the code to make those test cases pass. But for this particular video, what I have done is I have written the whole code way before the test cases. The reason is because this is a combination of front end and back end, and I wanted to focus on the test cases for this one. So that's why. Now the third thing here is I have used the backend as AWS Amplify. Now why? The reason is when you will be working on a project where you will be doing authentication, there are different ways you can do it. And one of the ways that everything is controlled from the backend. Now, if your sign out, sign in, create account is happening from the backend, and you will be only having the access of the methods which you can call and do a particular functionality, then how you are gonna handle such cases or write the test cases for that, that's what I wanted to show you in this video. So that's why I have already done the coding part here, and we are gonna focus on the test cases. But before that, I'm gonna give you the code walkthrough, that what are the changes we have done. The code base is the same, which I was showing you from the last so many videos. So here we have two parts, the front end and back end. Back end, I told you we are using Amplify. Now in front end, what are the changes I have done? The first thing is created a component, so that when we are clicking on the registration page, that particular page component should come. So that component I have added. I have updated the router path with this particular route registration, and also updated the navigation so that we can see the registration text there. So let's go into the code and start looking at the changes what we have done. So first is the navigation. So in the navigation here, I have added the link, you can see it. In router, this is the path I have added registration, and this component I created inside the pages registration.jsx. Now in this, if you will see, there is no form. The form which I was showing you, like if I will click on register and go here, we have create account and sign in. We don't have that. So where is the code, okay, of the form? So this whole thing is coming from our backend Amplify. And this with authenticator, I have wrapped my registration with this to make it HOC, and everything is handled from there. So for us as a React.js developer frontend, that's a black box. Sign in, create account, it's a black box. There are two props we are receiving from, again, Amplify, sign out and user. So when we are clicking on the button, the sign out functionality is happening. But what is going inside the sign out, we don't know. We don't have the access, but we have to write the test cases for this. So this is what we are gonna look in this today's code. Also, we have this user object. Again, it is coming from Amplify, but why we need it? So that we can show the username here. So if you will see, from the user object, we are accessing sign-in details.login ID. So this is the only code I have added for the front end part. Okay. So 3 places I have done the changes in the front end: component, which we created, router update, navigation update. Now in Amplify, the backend part, I'm not gonna give you a lot of details here, but I'm gonna just show you that within our code base where we have done the changes. So the first thing is, whenever you are gonna integrate Amplify, you need to give the access of your console through your local code. So whatever the changes I will be doing here, I need to access the AWS console also. So we have to create a IAM role for this. Then we have to do installation. What are the installation? We have Amplify, we have UI React Amplify, we have auth. And once we have installed these, we will do a init, and it will ask us few questions about our project, region, and what kind of authentication we require. So right now I showed you the sign in and the create account component is coming from Amplify with few specific field. We can control that which all field we require, we need captcha or not, we need social media sign in, or if we are gonna have our own custom forms in React.js and only we want to use sign out method, sign in method, and all that. So Amplify provide all these things, and we can select it while we are doing the installation. So once everything is done, installation and everything, now in code, what are the changes we have done? So definitely in registration, we have done this authenticator one. This is the first change. And the second change I have done in index.js, I have imported Amplify. When we did all the installation, what will happen is this Amplify folder will get created for us. And in that, we will have few configurations also. Everything will created for us. We don't need to write any code. And we are importing that configuration. And then we are just configuring that configuration. Also, we are importing CSS. Why? Because if you will see, the blue color and all styling and layout thing is coming from there. So these are the only changes we have done from the backend side. Okay, now let's move towards the testing part. Now when we are gonna write the test cases, as I explained you that there are a lot of black boxes for us. Sign in, create account, sign out. Then how we can do the testing for this, and for what would be our scope. So if we will go here, so scope for us is definitely that when we are clicking on sign out should happen. If the user account got created or successful sign in, then the user should be able to come here. But we don't have the access of actual sign out code. We don't know who the user would be. We don't even have the access that what's going on in with authentication one. So we cannot write the code for that. So now how we are gonna test it? That is the most important thing here. And that's what we are gonna explore now. But before that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run package.json. I'm gonna run the test cases to see that if there is any test case which is failing, because we did few test cases few code changes. And if you will see, we already have one fail, navigation test.js. And if you can guess why, because we added one extra link in our navigation. So we need to update that. So pretty simple one, because there were 3, now we have added 1, so it would be 4. So let me just close this. Our test cases are passing. Now let's go to our test cases and create registration.test.js. And again, we will be a smart developer. We will copy paste, and what I'm gonna do is registration. It will come from pages. So pages registration describe what we are testing. We are testing registration. And the first thing what we are going to test is, we are going to test the create account and sign in. Now here I wanted to show you one thing. You need to see that how the functionality is working. So create account. So let's start with John. This is a username, and I will add the password. Now it will send me a confirmation code. The reason is because I have MFA integrated in my AWS console. So that's why. Let me just wait for the code. Okay, it is taking time. I have an old one. Let me see if it can work. I'm not sure. No, actually this is an old one, so it is not gonna work. Give me a minute. I'm checking my console also, AWS console. Let me see if I can resend the code. Okay, I'm not getting the code. What will happen once you have created the account? You get the code and you will enter it. You will be, because if it will be successful, you will be navigated to the welcome screen. So that will happen. So this is the scenario. This is the user journey is gonna be. So now what we are gonna do is, we are gonna do the same thing. That once our account is created, it means the user will be navigated to the welcome screen. But before that, what we have to do is, we have to render this registration component. But now when we are doing the rendering, we need to go back to our registration code. The reason is, if you will see, we have two props here, sign out and user. Now sign out is a black box for us. We don't know what is going to happen inside that. So the one thing we need to do here is, we need to mock the sign out. So what we are going to do is mock sign out, and this is gonna be just a function. First thing. The second thing what we are gonna do is, we are gonna do const, I did a typo here. Now the second thing is, a user is required here, and what we need in user, sign in details dot login ID. So again, we don't know who is this user, so we are gonna mock this. So let's take this sign in detail, copy from here, and then login ID, and we will say test user. Now also, one of the thing which is very important is this with authentication authenticator. This is also coming from our Amplify, and again it is a black box for us. So what we are gonna do is, we are gonna mock it. Now how we can mock it? We just need to use just.mock. What we are trying to mock? We are trying to mock this with authenticator. Okay, so first we need to pass it this like this here. Then it would be a fat arrow function, and in this we are gonna use with authenticator to return us a component. That's it. This is the mocking we are doing. Okay, now when we are doing the rendering, now we can start passing the values. So here the first mock sign out will come, then for the user, this mock user will come. Okay, that's it. Now what we are gonna do is, if the registration component will be rendered successfully and the user creation will be successful, then it means the user will be redirected to the welcome page. So what we can do is we can say welcome message to make sure the user is going there. Screen dot get by text, and what the user should be able to see, this message. But here if you will see, we have user dot sign in details blah blah blah. So this same thing we can have it here, but here what we will have instead of user, yeah, this is fine. Instead of user we are gonna have mock user. Okay, so this is gonna be our assertion. This is what we are gonna assert, and then we are gonna say expect welcome message to be in the document. Let's see it will pass, and it is passing. Okay, it is passing. Now what is next? So now user is there, but now we want to check the sign out functionality, that the sign out is there or not, and if we will click on that, then what should happen. So what we are gonna do is we are gonna first check const sign out button equals to screen dot get by text. What is the text we are passing there? Sign out. Let me just check once. Yeah, this is the one. Let me just copy and paste it here, and then expect sign out button to be in the document. Let's see if it is passing or failing. It is passing. And now what we are gonna do is that when we are clicking, we just need to wait that sign out button that function has been called or not. We have done the same functionality in the past also. So what we need to do is we just need to fire event. So we already have fire event imported. So fire event dot click on what we are gonna do, the click on sign out button. And once this is done, we need to wait, because this is gonna be a async one. I will explain you why this is gonna be. Now expect, once we have clicked, we are gonna expect that this function has been called. Okay, and this await is giving error because we haven't added async here. Let's see if it is working or not. Perfect, it is working. Sorry. So now why we are saying await or wait for here, the reason is because this whole, once our component is getting rendered, this sign in part will take time. So what we have to do is we have to make the user to wait here, not the user, our program to wait here. If I will remove it, there are chances that the error will come, because might be when we are clicking, it is not there on the screen, because the user is actually still this, not user, because there are chances that button is not there, and when we are clicking, it is taking time. So that's why. So now if you will see, we have tested the whole happy scenario. So this is your create account and sign in, both is happening here. To check the negative scenario, all you need to do is just like pass some other value, change the mock value, and just test all these things. That would be your negative scenario. But we have already done our happy scenario, happy path, where our most of the things were a black box for us, which were from the third party, yet we were using in our ReactJS or front-end code, but we are able to do the test cases for that. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful for you. Let me know in the comment section if there's something specifically you want to know more about this particular part. Now what's coming next? There are two things which I'm planning to do next. The first thing is same scenario, but our whole form create and sign in will be the custom one, and the data will be going to the backend. And another test case, another video will be, someone has requested me for the React.js, not the testing one, but the React.js. So that is a very interesting problem. So I'm gonna work on this. Sorry. So next video, wait for the whole custom form. And yeah, if you have any specific request for the video, please let me know. I hope this video was helpful for you. Let me know in the comments that how you found it. Take care. Bye.